This is One Piece at a Time, a series where I try to farm out some of the best gear in RuneScape, one piece at a time. Starting this grind, we ended up getting two Saradomin Lights almost right off the bat, which was a little bit unfortunate. Saradomin Light is a 1 in 128, but that's fine, a unique is a unique. Some of these kills that Some kills that I was doing, I ended up risking a little bit too much, just trying to get that one extra kill in the inventory. But for the most part, it ended up working out. I ended up dying once just to the minions afterwards because I was just forgetting to eat the food. But that wasn't because I was risking anything. I think only died once in the several days that we was in doing this. That was a little close. That was a little close. I ran out of food. I have 17 hit points left. In general, I ended up using the next bank quite a lot because I wanted to try to save on ecumenical keys, but the downside of this was that essentially most of the time I was completely stuck in the God Wars, so if I needed any supplies, I needed someone else to run them into me. We also ended up getting a Saradomin Light pretty early on, which was the only... Alright, last kill of this trip, and I got 19k, and that's 245 KC. Yep, that's right. I ended up getting a Saradomin hilt at some point in the evening. I don't exactly remember when, but I no longer have the clip, so this is what you get. I apologize. We ended up, on the first day, getting two Saradomin lights, one Saradomin sword, and one Saradomin hilt as our uniques. This was quite nice. We ended up making a bunch of money off this, although obviously we're trying to go for the Armadillo crossbow. I ended up paying my friend here, no one, a Saradomin light in order for him to forge my Saradomin sword because I did not have the smithing at this time to be able to smith my own.
Seems like a worthwhile trade.
After we smithed the sword, we decided to terrorize some of the local guards with it just to send it for a test drive. From this point onwards, I basically stayed in God Wars. I didn't leave it to do herb runs or anything else. I literally just stayed in God Wars to try to keep preserving my Saradomin kill count so I could keep getting back into the room. This was in an effort to save on ecumenical keys, and it ended up working really well. But for the most part, the uniques actually ended up dying down. I really didn't get any uniques from this point onwards. So this next entire set of clips came over the next like 3 days of me just staying in God Wars, just constantly going to Gielinor because I was determined to get this Armadillo crossbow. Some of these clips are a little longer just to kind of show how I was doing Gielinor, just kiting around the room the entire time. Gielinor is a fairly chill boss, especially whenever you figure out how to do it. I did end up getting another Saradomin sword, but that was about all that we ended up getting. With how I was staying for the long haul, I ended up doing some Commander Gielinor right when I woke up before I headed out to work, and then a little bit more whenever I came home from whenever I was on my lunch break. But I wasn't able to record at this time. I did about 10 kills, during my lunch break every day. So surely there's no possible way that this drop that we're searching for, that's a 1 in 508 KC, would drop during my lunch break. I was kind of getting mad at this point at the Saradomin lights because I had seen way too many of them, and they're not really worth anything, so I was getting a little mad at them at this point. Remember when I said there's no way that's going to happen? But that's exactly what happened. So I do not have a clip of me getting the Armadale crossbow. Here is my collection log to prove that I did actually end up getting the drop. So this is a bit of an anticlimactic end to the video. I went and got the drop during my lunch break, and I don't have a clip or a screenshot of it anywhere, unfortunately. But we did end up making about 30 mil in addition to the Armadale crossbow from the other Saradomin Hill, and all the miscellaneous drops added up to about 10 mil. So we ended up making about 30 mil in addition to having the other ACB during this grind. It was actually very worth it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time on One Piece at a time.